Have you ever wondered how we see the vibrant colors of a rainbow? The way each hue blends seamlessly into the next, creating a breathtaking arc in the sky? Or the bright red of a juicy apple, so vivid and enticing that it almost seems to leap out at you? It's a fascinating process that involves light, our eyes, and our brains working together in perfect harmony. Light enters our eyes and our brain interprets these signals to create the colorful world we see. Without color, our world would be a dull and lifeless place. Imagine walking through a city where everything is in shades of gray, devoid of the vibrancy that color brings. Imagine a world in black and white. No more colorful sunsets painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. No more distinguishing a red apple from a green one. The richness of our experiences would be greatly diminished. Thankfully, we have the ability to see the world in all its colorful glory. From the bustling cityscapes with their myriad of colors to the serene beauty of a garden in full bloom, color enhances every aspect of our lives. Now let's delve into the science behind how we perceive this spectrum of colors. How does light interact with our eyes to create the sensation of color? Seeing color starts with light. Light is essential for us to perceive the vibrant world around us. Light is a form of energy that travels in waves. These waves are part of the electromagnetic spectrum, which includes everything from radio waves to gamma rays. These waves have different lengths, and each length corresponds to a different color. The visible spectrum, which is the part of the spectrum we can see, ranges from violet to red. When light hits an object, some wavelengths are absorbed. The specific wavelengths that are absorbed depend on the material and its properties. The wavelengths that are not absorbed are reflected back to our eyes. This reflection is what allows us to see the color of objects. Let's take a red apple as an example. The apple appears red to us because of the way it interacts with light. When light hits the apple absorbs most colors except red. The pigments in the apple's skin are responsible for this selective absorption. The red wavelengths are reflected, and when they reach our eyes, we see the apple as red. Pretty cool, right? This fascinating process is happening all around us, every moment of every day. Our eyes contain special cells called cones, which are responsible for color vision. We have 3 types of cones, each sensitive to different wavelengths of light. These cones are often called L, M, and S cones, which stand for long, medium, and short wavelengths respectively. L cones are most sensitive to long wavelengths, which we see as red. M cones are most sensitive to medium wavelengths, which we see as green. S cones are most sensitive to short wavelengths, which we see as blue. When light hits the cones in our eyes, it triggers a signal. This signal then travels from the cones to our brain via the optic nerve. Think of the optic nerve as a superhighway for visual information. Our brain is like a powerful computer that processes these signals and interprets them as colors. It's a complex process, but the result is us being able to see the world in all its colorful glory. While cones are responsible for color vision, our eyes also contain another type of photoreceptor cell called rods. Cones allow us to perceive the vibrant hues of the world around us, making it possible to enjoy the rich colors of a sunset or the varied shades of a blooming garden. Rods are much more sensitive to light than cones and are responsible for our vision in low light conditions. This means that when we are in a dimly lit environment, such as a moonlit night or a darkened room, it is the rods that help us navigate and see. However, rods cannot distinguish between colors. They only detect shades of gray, which is why our night vision is in black and white. The distribution of rods and cones varies across the retina, the light-sensitive layer at the back of the eye. This intricate arrangement allows our eyes to adapt to different lighting conditions and visual tasks. Cones are concentrated in the center of the retina, called the fovea, which is responsible for our sharpest vision. This is why we can see fine details and read small print when we look directly at something. Rods, on the other hand, are more abundant in the peripheral regions of the retina. This distribution helps us detect movement and see objects out of the corner of our eyes, providing a broader field of vision. So there you have it. We see color because of the amazing interplay between light, our eyes, and our brains. Light reflects off objects, and our cones detect those reflected wavelengths. The cones then send signals to our brain, which interprets them as different colors. Next time you see a beautiful sunset or a field of colorful flowers, take a moment to appreciate the incredible science that makes it all possible.